Hello, and welcome to my latest cry for help. I mean video. I've been trying to fiddle around with my video settings and trying to make them work. As per usual, it does not. So there's that. So, you guys remember how much I like Dungeon Keeper and other games like that? I decided I'd build one. Or at least a reasonable facsimile of one. This is where the heart would go. As you can see, it's a chamber with a glowy thing in it. That's about as good as I could do. Right down here's the library, you know, the 3x3 or 9 tile rooms are the ones that actually produce, you know, output. My treasure room, it's a bit of a mess. I don't really have a lot of good blocks. You see, the treasure room's supposed to be fancy. It has you know, you get your gold from here, and the more fancy stuff it is, the better it is. Therefore, the more rich you are. So, yeah, I'm not very rich, obviously. This is my hatchery slash food production room. You just you know, not a lot going on, and I'm new at this whole thing here. Just give me a minute, I'll get to it. My crafting room, it's got some stuff in there, you know. You can't craft out of nothing. My living room, or my nest room, I'm sure. See, over the years, the Dungeon Keeper genre itself has advanced to the point where, you know, you put down objects and you make it look nice, and then you get bonus benefits from it. So this is where they have a little chair and some beds. I don't really know what the point of the fire is. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this room yet. It's over there. Yeah, not a great idea. Not my best idea, but you know, it's a thing. I went and put signs and stuff on all my doors. That's where the fire is underground, in case you couldn't tell. My sniffers, they've been digging up plants as per usual. Yep, that's a golem. Don't worry, we'll get to that. My library. We do have a guy over there. I don't know why they stand on top of their blocks like that, but they do. He's hanging out in here. Just hanging out. This right here, this is our giant fossil. Kind of looks like a piece of a rib cage or something. Some kind of giant bone. It is actually made of bone blocks. You can tell because, you know, spots. And we study this over here at the Lost Co University, or my interpretation of, like, a learning place. I'm not very good with this sort of thing, in case you haven't noticed. We've got a lecture hall here where apparently the guy's talking about archaeology. He's like, we dig up bone fragments and pieces of bone, and they also make plants. Here's like all of our old stuff. This is the ancient pottery, some prismarine, and some other stuff, you know, just for prop purposes. We do have a classroom, some words of wisdom written on the chalkboard here. No one can actually read this. You can't say that on YouTube. Words in Latin no one actually uses. If you can read this, you're as smart as a 5th grader. Semi-academic jargon no one actually uses. Stuff that's not on the test. Stuff that was on the test. Some vague language. All the important stuff. Your reading, writing, and arithmetic. Just a little bit so that I could add on to it, and I was thinking maybe I was done with this map, and it's like, the way I set up my maps is like I had the idea, use it the way people play Civ, or Civilization for those of you that don't know. Like, in this way, you're literally building out a city, and each thing you build pertains to a stat in the game. Well, you've got a workshop here. A workshop is production. Production is how you build all the things. You've got a warehouse, that's storage, that's production. Mines, production, of course. The tavern, that's a service. Services and populations are like amenities and housing. And, houses, I've got like 4 or 5 houses lying around. That's like enough for what? 4 or 5 population. I've got the apartment building. That's a big one for simple population. The harbor would make like money and production, because that's where you're unpacking supplies and necessary useful stuff. So like food and tools and building materials, yeah, that would be there too. This is a house, but it's also, a farm, so food. And I actually put some people in the apartments. They got out recently, and a bunch of them died. But yeah, they live here. These people live here now, and they go into their rooms and they get, it's almost like I'm not sitting here in front of a screen talking to myself. Did I mention this is a cry for help? I mean, my new video. They spawn a lot of iron golems in there. Like, they don't spawn them in the HQs. I only spawn them here. I guess this is... This population here has, like, enough people in it to actually count as a village. Although, if that's the village, why do they all migrate over here? What's the point of them migrating over here? That would specifically be... F3, right? F3 facing. So from the town center, which is this building, facing north. So from a town center, the golems are just going to migrate southeast. And that's why all your golems always disappear, because for some reason, they wander off in that direction. I do have the flowers growing over here. Then, one more thing. Science. Perhaps the most important stat in the most important stat in Civ is your science. You use science to progress through the ages and research new technologies. One of the first science buildings you'll get is a library. And then you get, like, a university. And with the university, you can hire archaeologists. And like our little archaeology site over there, it hasn't been tapped by an archaeologist yet, but we've got it, and that like improves your science rating. Unfortunately, no one's gonna play this little meta game within a game ever, but you know, whatever. Oh, this is the jar here. This is a monument, and like monuments produce culture, and culture lets you not be dominated by other cultures on the map. It's like it's a defense stat. Why is my screen shaking? It's a defensive stat because if you have culture higher than the rest of them, they will come. They will generate tourists, which will come to see all your stuff. And the higher your culture is compared to theirs, you have more of a defense over that. This little temple or ziggurat or whatever it is, this would be a temple, and you can generate religion from this. And if you generate enough faith or religion points, then you can create your own religion, which gives benefits and whatnot, but also helps protect you from other religions. The graveyard, I guess, would be like another population thing. I'm guessing it would just be an amenity. You know, gonna put dead people somewhere. The convenience store, again, an amenity. I don't know if I ever went over the healthy chips section, just being raw potatoes, healthy snacks, various fruits and things. The cooked food, which, you know, it doesn't seem cooked when you get it out of the convenience store. Lemonade, orange, blue. Yeah, I guess this is the guy who runs the convenience store went out for a smoke or something, and he put this guy in charge. I guess, like, see, that's the door, and those are the bars that go over the door because you're afraid you're going to get broken into. I don't really have anything else to do right now. I guess maybe I could make a church. My next idea was the bank. Because, you know, you always need a bank if you've got enough cash lying around. You'll notice something about the university here. There's like a floor plan, like a couple patterns in it. And like, I just got tired in the middle of it and just decided to cover everything in cobblestone. I couldn't think anymore. I ran out of energy. So there's that. We have a university teaching classes, holding lectures, you know, all that sort of stuff. We have a dungeon where evil creatures hang out. We have a semi-military presence. We've got the fortress, which will train. Well, technically, it's more of an armory than a fortress. I guess technically I could put some beds in here, and that would make it more like a barracks. But like, you know, this is a fortified position where our people they come, they put on their gear, they start shooting out the windows. All the fences provide food and production. I don't know what the heck these things would do. I mean, technically they build. They make flowers, so I guess like production of some kind. We've got watchtowers. That grants defense. I mean, I guess technically the golems are our military right now. Like, put a bank like around here or up at the other end, maybe. I don't know. I don't really want to get too touchy with specific topics. Like religion is a bad thing you're not supposed to talk about. But you know, I'm American. I'm from the South. There's literally a church on almost every street. In fact, there are some so bad that they have four churches at a crossroad, and like they're all churches for different variations of each religion too. So like they're all four rival churches. Like one church goes to egg the other church, and the other church doesn't realize who it is, so they egg the guys across the street, but who didn't do it. And those guys egg the guys on the other end of the street, but they didn't egg the first group, but they didn't egg the other group either, so now all the churches are going around egging each other. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I felt like I needed to record Minecraft, and this is what you get. I am sorry. Not entirely, but mostly. I am sorry.